see who's here. This is weird lighting. I don't like it. We're moving. Who's here? Good morning. I guess it's good afternoon. How are you, Christy? How's it going? It is going. I have been... Aw, hey girl, hey guys. Good morning. I haven't been live in a hot minute, and I wanted to kind of come and talk to you guys and tell you where I've been and why you have not seen very many vlogs this week. I miss you guys too. I'm gonna wait for a couple of more people to jump in, and then I will kind of tell you what's going on with us. What are you guys doing during this time that's weird? Okay, so I'm growing in my eyebrows. So I feel like a woolly beast. I have no makeup on. I am fully and authentically me right now. Love me through it. It's what I need, and I needed you guys. Let's boost each other this morning and talk about some good stuff, talk about some struggles, talk about the good and the bad. Yes, I have a lot of sun because I've been doing a ton of work in my yard and absolutely loving this time to be able to garden and do things that I had been putting off and not making important. Like I got a cool bird feeder. I've been painting my fence and doing this cool art project. I'm just enjoying the time outside and in my yard so much. Oh, hey, Rebecca and Brevard. I love your zoo. Dee just asked how Levi's arm is. If you guys missed it somehow, Levi, my 4-year-old, broke his arm, 2 broken bones a couple of weeks ago. He's been in the cast for about 2 weeks and he's doing amazing. If we could all be as resilient as children, this world would be so much brighter. You would never even know that this kid got injured. The first day where they put him in the splint, he was miserable, absolutely miserable. The splint wasn't enough to hold things in place, so he was really uncomfortable. But then 24 hours later, they put him in the cast. Victoria, I love you. I miss you, girlfriend. Can we do a phone date today or tomorrow? I want to talk to you. Cindy, I was just about to send you an email. Okay, so the day that Levi was in the splint was a nightmare. He couldn't get comfortable to save his life. The splint went, bless him, you know, he's a tough little thing, but can you imagine being in a splint that is starting in the middle of your shoulder blade and going to your entire hand? The splint wasn't holding anything in place, so that night he got 0 sleep. He was screaming, crying, pain. It was unbelievable. But then the following day he was able to get in a cast, and as soon as the cast was on, he was fine. He was fine. You would never even know that this kid has an injury. It's unreal to me. He's just so tough. So he's doing really good. He's been really excited and having us draw like logos all over the cast, which is super cute. And it hasn't slowed him down a speck, not a speck. Now, if you are wondering, Amanda, why is your house so quiet right now? Where is everybody? I had to make a somewhat difficult decision this week. If you are new here and you don't know a lot about my family, my sons Lincoln and Levi are 4 years old and 5 years old. They are both on the autism spectrum, and they go to a full-time school. It's a full-time ABA center. So that means that they go to a full-time autism therapy-based school. We have been home for 3 weeks. I made the decision this week for them to go back. Stay with me. Yes, we are concerned about coronavirus. Yes, we are taking this very seriously. But here's where things started to get hairy for us. Our kiddos have made a lot of strides in the last couple of years with therapy. There's been a lot of things and a lot of amazing things that we have overcome and that we have worked on with where their high and low points are with their issues and autism. So that being said, they've been home for 3 weeks. We were doing really great. I was keeping them busy. They were having a lot of fun. We were doing as best as we can, but there was a lot of things and regressions starting to happen. Some aggression, some potty training things that we had already moved past that were starting to kind of rear their head again. I had to send them back. Now, their therapy, their school never shut down. They've been open all this time because ABA is considered a medical necessity. They don't run their scheduling the way that the normal school board does. So when we kept them home, it was our choice and it was our personal choice to keep them home as all of this started unfolding. So what's happening in the school is all of the adults that are there are wearing masks and face shields. They're wearing gloves. They're washing their hands every 10 seconds. If anyone has so much as even a sniffle, they're sent home. So far, so good. Everyone there is super, super healthy. They have a cleaning crew every day anyway. Like even when there isn't an issue, they have an amazing cleaning crew. But that being said, the cleaning crew is doing a different, more elaborate protocol for sanitizing and disinfecting and all of that sort of thing. So we felt really, really confident. I shouldn't say really, really confident. We felt confident sending them back, and we're gonna see how it goes. It is the only thing that we're doing right now. I am still not working, so I am flipping out. I want to be like really real with you guys. This is the scariest time for our family financially that we've had since the kids were first born. We will be okay, just like the rest of you will be okay. We're having to do some things differently, and if any of you are YouTubers, you are probably aware that the little bit of money that we normally make from YouTube, those numbers are in the potty right now. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Dan is still doing all kinds of like side jobs and odds and ends that he's able to do. We're in survival mode. We're in survival mode. That's what we're doing and how we're doing. And 1 minute I'm positive and brave, and 1 minute I'm like crying in the bathroom. I'm having some mental health fragility. I am back on my antidepressant medication and back on my anti-anxiety medication because my mental health issues were getting to a point that it was impairing my ability to be an awesome mom and to be an awesome partner. I just really have not been feeling like myself. I have a tendency to be kind of empathetic. Anyway, like it's just my nature to have empathy, and I'm kind of in a place now where I realized that I needed to take the control and make the tough choice and be there and just kind of try our best. So the kids were pumped to go back to school. You've never seen anyone more excited to go to school in their whole life. They're even waking up early in the morning to make sure that they get to go to school today. So I know that we made the right decision. I'm just, like anyone would be, I'm nervous. And, listen, part of the reason why we ultimately came to this decision is because the regressions were starting to become apparent. So that meant that for every day and every week that we stayed home, there was going to be weeks and months on end of trying to get back to where we were when they stopped school. So knowing in the back of my head that there's really no end in sight for when public school will be returning, I knew that the decision of sending them back was going to be on us. I knew that it was going to be up to us to make the decision as to when they went back. And after 3 weeks, it was very clear to us that if we kept on that path and on that pattern for a few more weeks, we would be dealing with things I don't want to say out of our control and make it sound crazy, but you know, the ultimate goal for us is for our children to go to regular schmegular school with support. Lincoln is very close to that. He's 5, he'll be 6 in September. The original game plan was for him to start the school year, and now that probably won't happen. He's probably going to need several months, if not another full year at the ABA Center before he's ready for regular school. And that's just with having a few weeks off. So if you're picking up what I'm putting down, we kind of didn't have a choice. But typical Amanda, I feel guilty. I feel, did I do the right thing? I'm a spaz, honestly. I'm a spaz. Yeah, no pre-existing conditions with the kiddos. I myself have asthma. But that being said, when I am really, really good about taking like allergy medications and doing what I need to do for myself, the asthma doesn't drag me down. We're all like, fingers crossed, we're gonna stay healthy around here. We're still not doing any extracurriculars or being around other people other than the school. And even then, we're not even allowed to walk in the building. Our therapists come out to our car, retrieve the children, walk them inside. Everyone hand sanitizes. Like, it's just unbelievable. Like, they're doing everything that they possibly can. So they need to be there. They have to be there. They have to be there. We made the decision. If you're rolling your eyes at me or you are jealous that I am in an empty house, I feel you. And I wish that you could come over and hang out in my kid-free zone. But I'm a sap, so I miss them because I'm an idiot. Within 2 days, I was like, oh, I'm lonely. So the reason I haven't been vlogging very much is just, like, full disclosure, I'm just kind of a mess right now. I am mentally kind of a mess, and I am having a really hard time being motivating for other people, not just for you guys, but even rallying my own people close to me in my life. When I get depression and I have bouts of depression, I have a tendency to be very isolating and very non-social. So I don't reach out as much. I do not communicate much. It's very hard for me to just throw on the camera and be like, ta-da! When I don't have that in me, I don't have it in me. And I am not an actress, so I am not gonna jump on here and tell you guys like, everything's great, we're doing so good, this is what we're eating, when I don't feel like that. I don't ever want to send you the message that I am okay all the time, because I am not. No one is. And this whole time of life is so freaking weird anyway. I'm just having a lot of highs and lows. Yes, I'm still eating low carb. I've had a few off-plan meals here and there just to try and, I don't know, make myself feel happy. Even though that's terrible advice to give to you, but that's just what I've been. Oh, we have to plug in. We're gonna have to switch locations here, guys. I'm just doing my best. I don't even really know what else to say. I'm doing the best that I can, but I'm feeling, overwhelmed and isolated. I take to hermit life very comfortably because I am the type of person that can, like, I like quiet. Oh God, you guys, trying to find the light for live in my house is like something else. Stay with me as I amateur myself like through this. Freaking weird. So I like being alone. I like quiet time. I really am comfortable with having space. And when I am going through something emotionally, mentally, having any kinds of issues with depression or anything, I am a hermit by choice. I will isolate it up. So the fact that we're kind of forced to do that right now is making it easy to kind of stay in my funk. Does that make sense? See, and in this light, I have no eyebrows. This is something else. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of pop in and tell you guys I am thinking about you always, and I love you so much. And, you know, I'm hanging in there. I'm just not myself right now. I'm so not. And if you're not, that's cool. We'll be not ourselves together. And this whole thing has really brought to light areas of my life that I think that I had been neglecting. It's really easy to just get caught up in your day to day. And I'm realizing like how much of my day to day centers around my phone and social media and, you know, replying to all these comments and all these messages and all these emails. I realize I'm like, man, am I really taking time to just be, to just breathe and to just, you know, enjoy my life and the things around me? And the answer was no, I wasn't. I was really kind of a slave to all of the things that I had to do. And this has taught me that I need to make room for the mundane. It doesn't always have to be, I don't know, it doesn't have to be as constant, I guess. Yeah, I would, I'm a hugger, like, by nature. I love a good hug. I miss my best friend tremendously. I haven't seen Jen, who is my partner in the photo studio, in about a month. It's the longest we've ever gone since we've met, and I miss her terrible. And I realize, you know, I have to remind myself that everybody has like highs and lows in this situation. It's not like everyone is like, oh, we're great, we're doing great. No, everybody has their own issues, whether it is financial, whether it's a feeling of isolation. I don't know. I have watermelon Pocky. That's cute. I've thought about getting like a normal job. Like a normal job, like Aldi or something that's open. The issue that I have is Dan needs the flexibility to be able to do whatever schedule side work stuff that he needs to do. And I would need someone to basically say like, because I could work 10 to 4 every day. I still need to be able to drop off my kids at 9 and pick them up at 5. So I would have to have like set hours basically. And that's going to be really hard to find right now. So we're toying with a lot of different options. What's hard is a lot of the things that I would do to go like back to work isn't available right now. Like when I do cosmetics and I do sales, I'll work for different cosmetics companies and I'll go and work as a freelancer at Ulta or Sephora or work like cosmetics events in the department store and all of that kind of stuff. None of that is available right now because all of that stuff is closed. The mall, you know, like, so that's not an option. We have, you know, we haven't gotten our stimulus yet because they had it linked to an account that we haven't had in 900 years. So I have no idea when that's going to come. If that came, that would be a solid, like a month worth of bills, give or take. So that would be nice. But we're just kind of waiting. And just like everybody else, I can't count on it because I have no idea when it's going to kick in. Cher, unfortunately, the unemployment in Florida is basically broke. There were so many millions of people that applied for it, they can't afford to pay the people that have been approved. So unfortunately, unemployment is probably not an option. Yeah, it's all really wild. It's really wild. So I'm binge watching a lot of shows. I'm reading a lot, which is super cool. And then I'm doing a lot of stuff in my yard and doing a lot of gardening and things that are just really good for my soul and really good for my mind. And I'm allowing myself permission that if I do not feel like talking about it and I don't feel like having a chit chat about it, then I'm not going to. And the people that truly love me, the friends and family in my life that understand that maybe I just need a little bit of space, awesome, you know? And if it hurts feelings or it hurts someone's ego that I'm not super available right now, it is what it is, you know? it is what it is. But we're definitely hanging in there. Yeah, I absolutely love trash reality shows. And I like stuff that's like scary. I'm watching, what is it called right now? Dirty John. It kind of reminds me of that show You. He's like kind of a stalker and like a con artist guy, and it's super good. Really gets you hooked within a couple of episodes. That one's really good. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say hi and tell you guys that I've been thinking about you like crazy. I'm on one right now. Like, I'm just not I'm just not myself. And I think most people aren't. Like, things have just, it's a new normal, and not having any idea like when this is going to go back to some kind of normal, or if it's going to go to some kind of normal. Like, I have a feeling that things are going to be strange for a very long time. So even once everything reopens, or however it is that they're going to handle that, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm kind of a control freak. So being out of control like that and not knowing like what to expect is brutal. It's brutal. Hi, Sancho. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect and when things are going to level out. I really don't. It's super scary. Super scary. Cindy, he's had a good week this week. I started him on a new, like a glucosamine tablet, and I really feel like it's helping to keep him a little bit more loose and fluid and not like as stiff and rickety. He seems better. He seems better. Like, I got a bird feeder, and honestly, I get like 2 birds, but what I do get is a lot of squirrels, because I guess the seed that I bought has like nuts and sunflowers in it. So I have a new, oh, Marisol, I'm so sorry. Oh, God. The squirrels are eating more of the bird seed and bird food than the actual birds are. So Sancho basically thinks that I got it for him. So he's out there like living his best life, chasing squirrels and like trying to climb the fence. He has just been full of piss and vinegar, and he had been so slow moving for such a long time there. For a while, I was getting really worried, but he's been super spry and is loving all of the outside fun that we've been having, and I think it's been really, really good for him. But I'm making a really strong effort to make sure that he has, like the vitamins that helps with his joints, and I have a stash of muscle relaxers if he really is having a bad day. But I mean, he's super old. He's like 15 or 16, so every day that we have with him is a total blessing, right? My best buddy right here. My original love of my life. Misha, I got them from the vet. It's basically a vitamin that has glucosamine in it. But there's a zillion different ones. Thank you, my friend. Ace, you're the best. Amanda, how old's your dachshund? 14? So, okay, I found him in 2007. He was just running around in the woods in Orlando. At that time, I took him to the vet. He was super skinny, loaded with worms, had clearly been just like running around for a few weeks. When I took him to the vet, stay with me, in 2007, they were like, okay, he's probably about a year old, because he looked like a puppy, but, they're able to tell by the teeth and by his, his gens down there, like how old he is. So they said he was about a year old. Now, years go by. Every year he's going for his vet appointment, and I always ask, how old do you think he is? They kept saying, oh, like a year or two, like a year or two. They said that about this dog until he was like 9 years old. That he was maybe a year or two. They didn't know how old he was. So I've had him since 2007, and in 2007, he was around a year old. So I truly do not know how old he is, because he could have been 2 or 3 when I found him. I really have no idea. So every day that I have with him is a blessing. Like, he is my best buddy. We've been through a lot. And, you know, I've never lost an animal to old age, like not since my childhood beagle. So I want to hope that I'm going to be like understanding, because he's had such a long and glorious and amazing life. I'm so grateful. But I also think that I'll probably be devastated. My mother-in-law just lost her dog a couple of days ago. His name was SHIT Head. He was a really awesome dog. They just lost him. They had to put him down. They really are best friends, aren't they? They just do something for me that no human relationship can compare to. I really do feel that the empathy that dogs have for their humans and for their loved ones is just, I mean, it's miraculous. It's miraculous. Even now, right? He knew that I was sitting here talking to you guys and that I was feeling some kind of way, not my best. And he had to come and sit next to me and press up against me and just let me know that he is here. And, you know, that's incredible. It's incredible. SM, here's the issue. I got it from the vet and he literally sold it to me in like a Ziploc bag. So when I'm done with this, I will call them and ask them for a brand for you. But right now it's just a bag of pills. Which was kind of weird, but I think they buy them in bulk. And the vet is, this is funny. He's like 90 years old. He's like 90 years old, so he definitely does things old school. Aww. Oh, German Shepherds. Yeah, I just feel so connected to my dogs. I really, really do. Like, both of them are just incredible. And I've been an animal person since I was a little girl. The most heartbreak I've ever felt so far with an animal, I had this beautiful, amazing cat. His name was Toby. He was a beautiful orange tabby, and I had him for a few years. When he was a kitten, he had some kind of respiratory illness, and his lungs never fully formed the way that they needed to, so he passed very young. He was only around 4 or 5 years old, and he just passed away. And that was really hard and really difficult, but I had known for his whole life that he had lung issues and that he had respiratory issues, which is really common in cats, unfortunately. So they never said that he wasn't gonna make it, but I always knew in the back of my head that he wasn't the healthiest cat, and it was devastating. It was devastating. I swear to God, I cried every day for a year. Like, he was a Hemingway, so he had like a mitten, basically. He was the coolest cat. I have not had a cat since. That's how much I loved him. I will never have another cat, because I could never, ever, ever, ever love another cat the way that I loved that one. That was, oh my God, you guys. He passed when I was 22. I'm 37, and I could still sob cry. Like, I still can't have pictures of this cat out in my house. Like, he was a special one, and that was brutal. So yeah, people that say that you can't love your animals, like, people, they just haven't met the right one, because mine are amazing. Yeah, I don't know if I could ever have another cat. I certainly could never have another orange cat. They just don't make them like him. He was special. Super, super special. Yeah. My pups. Yeah, and then Tallahassee, my big white pit bull, whatever he is, looks like a hippopotamus on land. He's younger. We rescued him as well when Dan and I mean, we had just met. It was like we had been together a few weeks, and we rescued this dog, and that was about 7 years ago. So he's right around 7. Yeah, I love them. I love them so much. I love them so much. I can't imagine how quiet my life would be without my animals. You guys, I'm not a heathen. That's not trash back there. That's a yard fertilizer. Nice of me to clean up before I sat down with you, huh? Animals find me. I'm big on fostering and finding other homes for them. Yeah, I mean, it is so difficult to love an animal knowing that they're not going to have like the lifespan of a human. You know, I try so hard to remind myself that every minute we have with them is such a gift and such a blessing, and it's so humbling to have this animal, you know, that can't speak and communicate in that way still be so invested and so loving. Like, how pure and beautiful is that? You know, that they can love you so wholly and so, you know, dependent on you for their survival. And I feel like they pay that back so hardcore. I really do. I would be lost without my animals. Especially like this week with sending the kids back. I was so lonely. Yeah, they are something. They really are. Like, just to give you an example of how much my dogs love me, they have multiple beds and cozy places to lay all over my home. We have an outdoor dog bed, we have an indoor dog bed, we have spaces for them everywhere so they can be in whatever room we are in. Funny story. The dog bed that was in my bedroom, Levi peed on it. He peed on it. So I had to throw it away. So there's no dog bed in my bedroom anymore. My dogs could lay anywhere in this house in a comfy spot. They're still sleeping on the hard ass tile next to me on the floor of my bedroom because they would rather lay next to me on the hard tile than not be in my presence. So animals are special. Ebony, Levi's arm is good. He's still in a cast. He's been in a cast for 2 weeks. He gets it off in another about 2.5 weeks, but he's doing really awesome. You would never even know. It didn't slow him down a speck. Didn't slow it. My dogs would be in the bed if my husband would allow it, but he is not a fan. Sancho's little, like he's 20 pounds, so he could be in the bed and it would be fine, but Tallahassee weighs 115 pounds. So if I bring him in the bed, there's not enough room for us. Like, he is a massive dog. So I can't have one in the bed and not the other. So that's why they're not in the bed. But I think it's cute. They could literally be sleeping on the couch or in their beds, and you know, they have the life of luxury, but they will lay on the hard ass tile just to be breathing the same air that I'm breathing while I sleep. That's love. That's so much love. Oh my God, Sarah, right? They just totally fill a void that you didn't even know you needed. Yep, and that's the whole thing with my animals is they know when to give me space. They know when I need affection. Hey, Sancho. Don't like that, buddy. But yeah, he's getting old, and I just, I see it. I can see it in even his reaction to things is really slow. Like when we go in the yard and there's like squirrels and birds and all of that sort of thing. He used to be fast enough to almost catch them, and now like we're nowhere near that. He like moseys over, but he thinks he's trying. Here he comes. Come on. There he is. The big guy's still outside. Oh, you knew I was talking about you. How big is your pit, Mandy? Yeah, I would be so sad and lonely. Like, I know not everyone's an animal person, but I straight up cannot imagine, like, not having an animal. I really can't imagine. Yeah, see, yours is big too. That's a big dog to be in bed with you. I love pit bulls. They're amazing, amazing dogs. Yeah, Kathy, I'm gonna get them a new bed. We've been so really good about not being out and about that I just haven't been anywhere to get one yet. And the ones that I saw on Amazon, they don't look squishy enough. I need something big because they lay on it together. So I've got the 120-pound pit bull and then the little dachshund. Yeah, I love animals. I think they're so amazing and so intuitive. I just, I don't know. I mean, I grew up like that. Like, I grew up in a house where, if you came home with like some random animal or creature, my parents were always so awesome about it. So I hope that my kids love them as much as I do. They seem to. They're a little more cautious than I was when I was little with animals, but that's probably a good thing too. 'Cause I don't ever want them to get bit. I got bit once when I was little just for being stupid and being in an animal's face that I didn't know. Your cat carries a stuffed animal? That's the best. Do cats get separation anxiety the way that dogs do? Like when their humans leave? I love Great Danes. Our dear friend JT that lives right across the street from us, he just rescued a Great Dane. He is all black. He named him Venom, like in the Spider-Man comics. It's a beautiful, beautiful dog, but he's very fearful, so he's gonna have to do a lot of work with him because he's like scared of strangers. I don't know his whole story. I don't know if he's been abused or what the deal is, but I know that Dan went over there to do some lawn work for him, and the dog was really afraid of Dan. Yeah, cats are funny. They all have such different personalities where I feel like for the most part dogs are just like happy-go-lucky. Cats are definitely more particular. Yeah, I didn't know that about Great Danes, that they had an incredibly short life expectancy, so it gives me a whole new sense of respect for people who are Great Dane people because you're putting in all this amazing work on your relationship with this animal and you know that it's not going to survive longer than, what is their max? 10 years maybe, if they're really, really lucky. 7 years. God, that seems like such a blip, doesn't it? Yeah, our pit bull is the biggest baby. Like, that dog is just, I don't even know how to tell you. Like, I've never met a kinder soul. Like, the two of them, he's the alpha. Like, not the pit bull at all. The pit bull is like he's like a pillow. Like, there's just not a mean or aggressive bone in his body. It's unbelievable. Everyone's so scared of them, and he's honestly like one of the greatest, kindest dogs I've ever had. People are such scum. Oh, it makes me so sad. I can't believe that they're like people that are not kind to their animals. It just makes me sick. Like, what is wrong with you? They're trusting you to be a good person. Hi. He loves all the attention. He's like, yes, please, pet me. He needs a bath. Anyone else that has dachshunds, like, they shed so much. Everyone always talks about fluffy dogs. Like, German Shepherds shed a lot, and I'm sure Goldens do too. But these little short, thick, fuzzy dogs, like, I could pull another dachshund out of him right now. You're shedding. You're shedding bad. Need a bath. He'll hear Tallahassee out there. He wants to come in. He knows you're getting lovin's. Aww. I'm so glad to hear it. Thanks, Emily. Yeah, it's, okay. Get down. Get down. You're shedding in my mouth here, bro. It's, he's like the same hair color as me, too. It cracks me up. The shedding thing drives me crazy. That's the only downside to short hair dogs. It's not as messy as fluffy long hair dogs, but it still gets everywhere. Ooh, a Queensland healer. That sounds beautiful. Oh, I want to hug it. My neighbors have a golden doodle. It's a puppy though. It's really, really small. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it gets older. Frenchton. So is that Frenchie and Boston? Oh my God, how cute is that? Well, now my coffee has dog hair in it, so that's good times. I love Frenchies. They sound like little tea kettles. Pugs too. Oh, Julie, I understand. I'm definitely, I'm at the heaviest weight that I've been at in a while. I am. And I'm not beating myself up about it because I don't need one more thing to spiral about right now. It just is what it is. I'm eating pretty good. I'm probably eating bigger quantities of keto food than I should be, and that's why I'm up, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not gonna shame myself for, I mean, I never do, and I never want you to shame yourself for, like, numbers on the scale. Come on. I just want you guys to feel really good. And I want to feel really good. And that doesn't always mean that the number on the scale is going to be the thing that makes me feel good, you know? But I feel ya. Some of my favorite clothes are not fitting so great right now. It's okay though, you know? I mean, it's just a wave of the tide. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. Yeah, Beth, if I even walk to the mailbox and come back inside, my dogs will be up my butt like I was gone on a 7-day cruise. They could watch me out the window, walk to the mailbox and come back in, and they will act like they have not seen me in a week. So dramatic. So dramatic. I think they feel how much you love them though, because, you know, they love Dan. They love Dan, but he doesn't get that kind of reaction from them. If he leaves and comes back, they're like, hey. But when it's me, it's like a full-on parade when I come in the house. So I know that they love me as much as I love them. Ooh, coconut flour pancakes sound delicious. Enjoy. Yeah, me too. I swear to God, I could just go take a walk around the block and it's like, ugh. I love you, Susan. I'm up way more than that. Like, I'm up, I don't even want to get into numbers because it's not important. But I'm gonna have some work to do. Like, I'm gonna have to, you know, really kind of balance some things. I don't know. I don't want to make it about weight. I don't want to be a channel where you guys come and feel like, oh, I've gained weight, or oh, I'm not eating keto, so I can't be here. Like, I don't want that for us. I don't want appearances to be the only thing that we care about. I don't care about weight gain and weight loss, and that's not why I do any of this. Like, yes, I've lost a ton of weight on keto, a ton of weight, and feel really great and have reversed some health conditions, and all of those things are awesome and important, but it's not in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important. Like, I want you to feel really good. I want your insides to feel really awesome. I want you to sleep really well. All of those things are important. But like the number on the scale or vanity stuff about how you look, it's just not important. It's really not. And it wasn't important before, but it's especially not important now. Heather, he's great. He's still in a cast. He's in a full arm cast from here all the way down to his hand. He gets the cast off in about 2.5 weeks. He's doing really great. Yeah, the things that I get really hung up on more than the actual like weight gain and that sort of thing is the stuff that I notice I start to not feel awesome. Like, let me give you an example. When I am in raging ketosis, like full on burning on ketones, like best keto self, I sleep really soundly and I wake up at 7 in the morning ready to power through my day. I literally could go and not ever sit down for the entire day, and I feel great about it. When I am not there, I could take a nap in the middle of the day. Like, I could lay down on the couch and watch 9 hours of Netflix. That's how I know that somewhere something's not quite right. Like, I'm still eating low carb, I'm still eating keto, I'm still doing all of those things, but either the stress is a lot or my body adjusting to the new medications is a lot. There's a lot going on with me right now, so it's very hard for me to like pinpoint what the issue is. Going back on my Prozac, I did know that there was a possibility that I would have some issues trying to lose weight. And it's really common for me when I go on antidepressants to put on some weight as well. So it's like a triple whammy, you know? I've got a lot going on, but I'm not gonna sit here and shame myself and be like, oh, I'm up on the scale and I'm this and I'm that. Like, who gives a shit? So what? I just want to feel awesome. What mentally awesome, physically awesome, that's all I care about. So yes, I'm still eating low carb. Yes, I'm still eating keto foods, but the scale is not moving, and that's cool. It's fine. Like, we'll get there when we get there, you know? I'm not going to... Someone had commented a video that I uploaded a while ago, when I was at my thinnest on this journey. I mean, thin. Like, a weight that is too hard for me to maintain, to be honest with you. But they commented on that video and they were like, wow, you were really skinny here. And I'm like, yeah, I was. And I just think it's funny, like, you know, how caught up people get in other people's appearance, because I would love to think, like, if I threw in the towel, right? Like, let's say that I threw in, like, let's say that I just woke up tomorrow and was like, hey, I don't want to do keto anymore. I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm going to gain 100 pounds. I would like to think that you guys would love me through that and that you would still be there for me. And yeah, I mean, my channel name and my moniker is Keto Ginger, but I might have, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what life looks like for me. You know, I can't predict what's gonna happen. I'm always going to be, no way, Heather. No, I don't think it was you, because I would recognize your name. And even if it wasn't a derogatory comment. It's just what happens is I haven't looked at those videos in a really long time. So I don't always remember like what I looked like at certain points in my life. But if someone goes in and watches one of those older videos and they comment, you didn't hurt me at all. Not at all. I'm just trying to make the point that, like, we're all gonna go through seasons and phases of life, right? Like, we're all gonna go through highs and lows and ups and downs, both mentally, spiritually, physically, weight. I want to be there for all of it with you guys. So I hadn't looked at that. Oh my God, someone help me. I haven't looked at that video in a really long time. And hold on, stay with me, you guys. I hadn't looked at that video in a really long time. So for me, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror every day, right, and you're putting on a little bit of weight, you're like, I'm up a little bit. I'm probably not gonna wear like my skinny jeans today. But to look at that video and to look at myself now, I was like, holy crap. Like, holy crap. it was unbelievable because I don't think that I realized how much how thin I had gotten. And at that point, that was in a very hard to maintain weight. So I was super, super slim. Yes, amazing. Like, great, fine. I think I probably felt really good about it. But going back and looking back at what I was eating and how, fine tuned everything had to be for me to be there. Like, I just, I don't want that. I don't want that for myself. You know what I mean? Like, if it's my birthday and I want to eat Publix cake, I'm going to eat Publix cake. And the person that I was at my thinnest was more controlling over that kind of stuff. And I just don't want to be there. So if that means that I have to be up on the scale to not be obsessed with what I'm eating and what I'm putting in my body, then that's what works for me right now. So I hope you guys understand. And I hope you can relate a little bit. I'm not always going to make perfect choices, but I am making healthy choices that make me feel really good about myself, you know? Ew, what? Dude, I wish I had a mod here. I keep trying to, like, get rid of this guy, but it's not happening. Let's see. Listen, you guys, how much do you think he would pay for my underwear, though? Do people do that? Is that a thing? Cause we hurting over here. Quarantine hustle. You never know. I mean, shit. Yeah, so I had gotten a comment that was someone was like, "Oh, you've gained a lot of weight," and all of that stuff. But it's not a lot. First of all, second of all, so what? Like, so? Do you guys only like me because I've lost weight? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I don't care. If I get back up to 260 pounds, I'm gonna be hanging out, still shooting the shit with you guys, Like, I don't put a lot of stock into physical appearance. I care about how awesome I feel. I care about how our relationship, like me and you guys, has grown this level of like amazing understanding and amazing community that I've never had before. So that's why I'm here. But I still love to cook, you guys. Like, I love to cook, I love to eat, I love all of those things. So that's what I'm doing. But you are definitely gonna see my weight fluctuate. So if you look at a video from 2 years ago and I weighed 145 pounds, cool. If I'm up on the scale and I'm looking a little chunky, also cool. I still love you and I still love myself. I'm very happy. Like, my life is in a good place right now. I just can't get all caught up in the, oh, I looked like this last year, I looked like this, that. Like, I have to try really hard, like, not to do that to myself. You know? Oh my God, Susan, Florida's been like on the sun. It's been so hot. Like, so hot that my plants that really should only need to be watered every couple of days, if I don't water them every day, they're dying. It's been unbelievably hot. Ooh, the double chocolate donuts are so good. Shauna, have you tried the cinnamon sugar ones? Those are bomb too. They're super good. You know what I'm craving? I want to make like cheesecake bites. Thank you, Laura. I want to do like cheesecake bites, like little bite-sized, like the little squares. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you guys remember? They had them at they're kind of like the Starbucks cake pops, sort of. I'm gonna give you guys like 5 more minutes, and then I gotta go. Kind of just talk and let you guys know that, like, no matter what you're going through, if you're doing your best or you are doing your worst, that is cool. That's fine. Like, we are all human beings. Let's say that they're doing perfect. Ad revenue for YouTube, like, the ad revenue for YouTube is directly related to the economy. So when the economy is in trouble and stocks are in trouble, the ad prices for YouTube absolutely plummet. Anyone else having issues? I still see you guys. That's weird, Christy. Yeah, I just, okay guys, I don't really know what's going on with my internet connection. A lot of you are having issues, so I am going to go ahead and close out here. I have full internet, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's just the world's way of telling me it's time to go. It's better? Weird. Yeah, so things things are good. Things are amazing. We're just proud and, like, we are doing our best. I don't know how else to say it. Like, we're definitely doing our best, and our best doesn't always mean that we're, like, eating our best or that we're getting our fitness on, or, you know, like, that doesn't always, oh, thanks, Amanda. That doesn't always mean that, you know, my best looks like your best, you know? And I just want to remind you guys that, like, if you have a rough go or you're not eating keto, like, who gives a shit? I am still your friend. I don't care. I don't care what you're eating. What you're eating and what weight you are losing, yes, I am proud of you and I'm happy for you and I'm all of those things, but that is not at all what makes up or sums up our friendship and our community. We are so much more than that. So much more than that. This dropped, like, from YouTube, they're probably looking to make like $50 this month. So if you are noticing that people are trying really hard to pump out a ton of content, it's because they're struggling financially and trying to get those numbers up. And honestly, even when you are pumping out content like crazy, it's still not great. So if you were wondering what was happening and, like, why people are flipping out about the YouTube, that's why. Because a lot of people that this is their full-time job and their full-time hustle, they're scared right now because the money and all of that we had all been able to depend on based on our subscriber count and our views and all of that, all of those numbers and all of that, like, went out the window. So it is weird times right now for everybody. For people that make their money solely on YouTube, it's a very hard time to be a YouTuber right now. For sure. For sure. But we are hanging in there. Those of you that did the super chat, I absolutely love you. That is going to be my grocery money this week, and I am so freaking grateful. Well, I'll try to do one of these lives at least once a week going forward, and I am going to yeah, I'm gonna just kind of hang in there with you guys. You know, I hope that you guys are all staying safe. I hope that you are just kind of taking a moment to remind yourself what is really important right now. Up your own morale. Whatever makes you feel good, whether that is reading a book, taking a nap, taking a super long shower, like, whatever it is that's going to give you that extra boost, do that. Like, I painted my nails. That made me feel good. Please watch it and come back and tell me just how much you love that family.